Martinez M. White, Mr. More Than a DJ himself, Mr. M to the money. Super glad to have you here, man.
What's going on, DJ Fusion? It's nice to be here. Thank you for welcoming me into your world, into your dream circle, baby.
To my dream circle. Well, I'm in your dream circle right now. You got a really cool book right now that just came out here in 2020, Think Like a DJ. This right now, 2020 is a divisive year, and you know there's a lot of people looking to different things to kind of cope and help get themselves through 2020, and I think thinking like a DJ might be the ticket.
Well, it is. From my side of the table, it's what's helped me spin my poverty into prosperity. I share my story in the book, so we are in masterful control of our lives. I don't think we realize that we are the DJ and your life is the party. You are actually behind the turntables of life, and you need to start spinning hits together and blending songs together so that you can eventually rock the party. That's what it's all about.
Thinking like a DJ, it's a lifestyle design. It's something that I think I was able to quickly get in tune with. And I think if you aren't a DJ, you'll be real easy to get in tune with this. You really have conceptualized like the roots of being a DJ to being a person and assimilating how you're going to grow out of into prosperity with these positive mindsets leading you to a desired goal.
That's what it's about. We have to realize, as people that's trying to create a new existence in this country and in this world, there are a lot of challenges that come with being alive in 2020 and just being alive at this particular time in history. But the reality is that we as individuals, we can pick our tempo. We can decide on where we want this thing to end. We can start to drop our first record and start to act on faith and start moving in the direction of our goals and our desires and our dreams. And that's why in the book, I ask you to write down your 7 gifts, skills, talents, abilities, the things that you're naturally good at, because through what we've seen in COVID, man, we have to create financially other streams of income for ourselves. If our job closes down, or if the world gets slower, or if things happen in the economy, you still want to be able to feed your family. You still want to be able to, do a couple things for your children and your family and your friends and kind of build wealth for yourself. That can't happen if you don't put yourself on the turntables of life and the DJ booth of life to move the culture.
That's absolutely true. I mean, your motto, your trademark, dreams are made to be achieved. It kind of speaks for itself, but it's really powerful and it's really simple. But in 2020, those words are what we need.
Yeah, so dreams are made to be achieved is something that I came up. It's my mantra. It's my dream statement. So in the 7 steps to spin poverty into prosperity in my book, Think Like a DJ, you get a chance to write your dream statement in the first chapter. You need a statement that's going to thwart off any negative energy, no matter what's going on around you in your life. So it's a lot of negative and dark energy in the world right now. Like when I was living in poverty and I pulled myself up out of poverty into prosperity, I had to come up with a statement. So you're going to need a dream statement that's going to move things around for you. My dream statement is actually a part of my, my dream pen, my gold dream pen. It say dreams are made to be achieved. So when you get one of these pens, you key into a high frequency of faith and a wavelength of success that once you get on that energy and you amplify your volume to that level, everything that's on that level is going to naturally find you. It's called the law of attraction. I just call it thinking like a DJ. It's something else. Dreams are made to be achieved.
It's a lifestyle, and as a DJ, I enjoyed the read, and that's why I wanted to sit down with you and do this. You've got 7 steps that spin poverty into prosperity, but it's much deeper. It's much deeper than that, because 2020, I mean, this is a COVID, all the racial tension, the divisive divide between the elections. Like, we need something that can help us just get back to the music, and thinking like a DJ can do that. So real quick, without giving away the whole book, I want to give a taste, just a little preview, a little snippet.
Okay.
Of what is the 7 steps. And the most important place to start, you've already kind of mentioned this, pick a tempo.
Pick a tempo. Chapter 1. We want to know where we going. Where we going to land this plane safely. I don't want to land at O'Hare if I'm on my way to LAX. I want to get my plane to where it's supposed to be. So picking a tempo is about envisioning and having a statement, a dream statement that's going to help you achieve that vision no matter what's going on around you. I went to college when I was 16 years old. I got admitted to the University of Wisconsin. But I came up with the dream statement, dreams are made to be achieved, when I was around 13, 14. It helped me get to that level where I can achieve at a high level, because I first envisioned where I wanted to be. I came up with a dream statement that worked for me. You have to write your vision. You have to write down your goals. And you have to create a vision board for yourself so it can manifest.
Step 2 is also really important. And a lot of people kind of, hesitate at this point. But step 2 is drop your first record.
That's where anxiety comes in at, where young people, they get their college degree and they start figuring out where they want to work. They go on the job and they realize, like, man, this might not be what I thought it was. You got to drop your first record. You got to get in the game. You got to get from where you are to where you want to be. You got to be able to see your vision, and then you got to act on faith. You got to have actionable faith. You cannot sit back and just wait on something or the universe to move for you if you're not moving for you. So that's what it means to, drop your first record. Don't see the net and still jump. Jump and the net will appear.
Step 3 is really important. You got to feel the beat. As a DJ, if you're not feeling your beat, you're really disservicing yourself and the crowd.
Well, we both been to parties where the DJ just play what they want to play, and they end up killing the crowd, killing the mood. That's not going to work. You have to survey the field. You have to read the room. You got to feel the beat. That's about connecting with like-minded individuals. If you DJ in a party and your life is the party, you got folks out there that believe in the same things that you believe in. Feel the beat, catch the groove, because you've already picked the tempo and dropped your first record. Now just keep on staying in that groove and feel the beat and connect with other like-minded individuals, because we eventually got to get to step 7.
But we're on step 4 right now, transitioning into that. And that's riding the wave. And in 2020, that's a challenging wave to ride. And I really, hey, let's break this down. What are we doing to ride the wave?
We riding the wave. That means, so you've been in a situation where you get to a gig, you set up your equipment, and something go wrong. That's what That's what happens in life. You get to the gig of life, you set up your equipment, you set up shop, stuff start happening. Your turntable might not work. You might break a needle. You got to figure out a way to get a new stylus, or you got to do something. That's first. That's in the technique that started on Technique 1200s. But some of us in the digital space, your files might delete. It might be something weird where one of your cables not working. Your microphone might go out. You might have to turn your headphones into your microphone.
We've all been there. We have all been there. Number 5, I think, is one that people would probably think is the most important one, but it's step number 5. It's an important piece. Spinning the hits.
Yeah, you got to get into a space where you can just keep on spinning hits. That's residual excellence. That's continuing to put out there the best version of yourself. That helps you draw people towards you. If you come in at a level of high excellence and a level of a high frequency of faith and a wavelength of success, people are going to feel that. They're going to start coming towards you. So you cannot consistently connect with people and create a routine if you don't first realize that you got to keep spinning hits, baby. You got to keep on dropping those hit records. Keep it on. Yep.
Keep it on. Number 6 was feel the dance floor. This, to me, it was my favorite step in here. It's my favorite part of DJing, so to see it at step number 6 here. All right, we're positioning it in line, but for me, it's where I connected the most. Feeling the dance floor, reading your crowd.
Yeah, and it's building a dream circle. It's building a culture. And culture is meaning plus people. So once you get people to have a certain understanding, once you build that trust with your community and with your audience, then people start to feel your dance floor. People start to hang out with you. You fearlessly network, and you get people out there to, believe in your dream because you out there on the front lines. You start building a dream circle. You start building a circle around your business so your business can go north. So that's what that's about, is basically focusing on fearlessly networking so that you can keep building and assemble a dream team so that you can get the dream circle moving and you can build the culture so you can get into the final step, which is
the grand finale, man, rocking the party.
Come on now. That's my favorite part. When the party's rocking, it's 12:30 and we ain't stopping.
We ain't stopping. No, man, that's what it's about. That's what every DJ aspires for. So in 2020, you want to rock your party. You want to rock your party, not just in 2020, but thinking like a DJ can help get you there. It's a lifestyle design. One of the things that I really liked about this, your forwards, you had 2 really amazing forwards. Shout out to Reggie Brown and David Muhammad. I've known a lot about your family history, but Reggie Brown really took it deep here and touched on your dad's history in the radio and black music, growing up in Milwaukee, being on the radio there and being a place where if you were a musician and you wanted to play in the Midwest, you came to your dad's club, and you're talking about intergenerational legacies. So you're living your book by thinking like a DJ. Your dad was a DJ, and before him they probably didn't have DJs yet, but music is the key.
It's the key. And he was a personality jock. So this is back when radio was black radio was on AM only, and the radio DJ, the jock had to be off air by about 5:36 in the morning before all the affluent, mass affluent white Americans woke up. The black guy had to be off the air before they woke up to go to work that morning. So my dad was in the beginnings and the conjuring and the creating and the makings of radio culture, especially during, like the 50s and 60s and the 70s. My dad was the man doing the thing. So he had a club, the OC White Soul Club. Some of y'all might call it the Boom Boom Room. He had one. So he moved that culture. My dad passed when I was 4 years old. So I didn't know this history about my dad. When I read my forward, I learned stuff too. When I talked to Reggie Brown and we talked about my father, and he told me that he was an intern for my dad, and he's the #1 guy in our market for 30 plus years on radio. For me, that blew my mind when he talked about some of the stories of my dad and Sly and the Family Stone at Summerfest. And you got to read the book. When he's telling some of those stories, I'm like, this crazy.
It is, and you're in tune with the culture. Your second forward, I really, really respected and felt from David Muhammad, a respected DJ and community leader here in Madison, Milwaukee areas for a long time, as long as I've been here. And it was really deep. Like, he assimilated just how much being a DJ and a lifestyle is the culture, and that you are truly embracing that and bringing it together, man. This is beautiful. Think Like a DJ. It's a great read.
Going to get your copy, ladies and gentlemen. Think Like a DJ, 7 Steps to Spend Poverty into Prosperity. How to go from a mindset of lack and worry to a mindset of abundance and fluidity and harmonious lifestyle. That's what we all got to do. We got to take the records we've been given, build them into a tapestry of songs, blend the beats together, and then eventually we're going to rock that party so we can impact our families for 2 more generations and have intergenerational wealth. Life is just like music. It's going to continue to rotate like a turntable on the record. We have to do the hard work of EQing our lifestyle, our lows, our mids, and our highs, our baseline, our midline, and our top line, to get things to work for us so that we can have a song that other people can dance to. That's what it's about, bro. You got it, though.
Hey, we in there. And I Think Like a DJ. It's not a big book. It's 80 to 100 pages. It's a great read, but it's not just a read. It's an interactive. It's a get involved, write some things out, apply your situations to it. And in 2020, this could be a really great tool to help us get through the racial tensions, the election, COVID, that is just not gone. Like, we just can't get rid of it, right? And music's not going anywhere. Music can't be canceled. And when COVID hit, DJs came and they saved the day. Thinking Like a DJ, helped the world without even knowing it. Like, this was part of, March to April, May. Like, this was a lifestyle thing for a lot of people. They were thinking like a DJ and they didn't know it.
They had no clue. And like you said, music can't be canceled. When people go through things and people have trying scenarios, there's a song that reminds you of making it through. Back in the 60s and 50s, music was the movement. Marvin Gaye was the movement. Motown, Stevie Wonder, all of these folks, their sounds were the sounds of the movement. So where we are right now, we have to realize that we have to create our own music. We have to build this thing so we can create the culture that we want to last for the next 400 years. We know what the last 400 years been like, specifically for Black folks in this country. How do we repurpose this thing and get it to move forward? Back in, the slave era, our slaves, our ancestors and the folks, our forefathers that came before us, they even used music as a way to cope, as a way to breathe, as a way to build, as a way to communicate, how to get from the south to the north. When I lived in Africa, I lived in Kenya. I volunteered for Alicia Keys HIV Hospital at the Bomo Medical Clinic down in the Chamgamwe neighborhood of Mombasa. And what I realized, they're working in a third world context and in an emerging community and just a third world in a developing country. Music, culture, art, all of those things translate to indigenous peoples who are from these, cultures that we may never even get a chance to see as Americans. I was there. I saw what it was. Music helps people and it heals people. So music is how our feelings sound. If we always want to know how we, feel inside, all we have to do is listen to a song.
No, it's absolutely true. And one of the, I think one of the beautiful things for me with music is we can bring other parts of the world to us. We can embrace other culture without even knowing it. You know, like you said something in your book and previously, when you're working with a song, you're not just working with yourself. You're working with 5 or 6 other people. You know, so
You are. It's not just you. Go ahead, boss. I'm listening.
No. I want you to break it down. You know what I mean? Like it's really true to fact words. And when you think about it in a deeper sense, like it's beautiful because nobody knows these other 6 people, but they all come from different walks of life. They all do different things. They're all different culturally people in different situations. And how is it that when you play a song, 5 other people are playing that song with you?
Yeah, so it's just like, and I'm gonna break this down in terms of how it works in life too. But when I'm playing a record, when I drop a song, it's not just me in the room. It's not just me in the music. It's the engineer. It's the guy that actually composed the record. It's the person that arranges it. It's the guy, the artist, the guy that's rapping or singing on top of the project. It's the producer. It's all of these folks that have built this one particular track, this one particular song. And we just, as like in the music, that's how it is in life. When you go to rock your party, and you go to create your party, you got to realize that you're working with the ultimate creator. You are a creative being of the natural realm and the natural world, but there's an ultimate creator who lives and works in a different realm called the supernatural realm. So when you're going to do your thing, just like a DJ who want to just start the party, who don't want a vision, who don't want to drop his first record, if you get out there and you get way down this path of unrighteousness or mistakes or all of these things that are, you know, drawing negativity towards you, that's because you did not partner with the ultimate creator. So just like a DJ must partner with 4 or 5 other people, the beautiful thing is that you don't got to do it alone. I think we often think of self-made people or self-made this or self-made that. The reality is all these self-made people, it's probably 20 other people that can claim that same name that they claim, right? So it's about partnering with your ultimate creator, the person that created the sky, the earth, the moon, the stars. When you up in the plane and you flying above the clouds and you feel this awe-inspiring feeling, that's connecting with the ultimate creator. That's that celestial vibe. So that's what we create as DJs through our music. We partner with other people to make that happen, just like you would in life, partner with the ultimate creator and partner with him or her, whoever you believe it to be, to craft the lifestyle that you desire. So you can live a life of abundance and rock a party that's memorable for others to say, damn, man, that party I went to that M. White threw, that DJ Fusion threw, I'd never forget that. That's what it's about right now, is using those tapestry of songs to create our lifestyle so we can graduate from a mindset of lack to a mindset of abundance.
And the phrase right now that everybody goes to is vibe. You know, let's catch a vibe. It was a vibe. This song's a vibe. But if you think about it, vibe is a vibration.
Yep.
And it's so much deeper than just being a mood or a mindset. It's got its own flow and bounce back and rhythm.
Even our mouths, even life and death is in the power of the tongue. When you speak from silence, you are changing the wavelengths around you. So that's what it is when you're doing the same thing when you're thinking like a DJ. When you speak things and you write it down and you craft your dream vision and you work on your dream board, you are moving the matter around you, the seen and the unseen. So we have to realize that we are in masterful control. We have the agency to create that vibration. When you're talking or you speaking or you writing or you thinking, you're sending out a wavelength, a frequency of success. Hopefully, when you read this book, and then you'll send out a wavelength of success and a frequency of faith that allows things to come to you. Some of us have heard it as the law of attraction. Some of us have heard it as the secret, Think and Grow Rich. There's different ways to think about it, but actionable faith is the only thing that's going to turn over your desire into actual dollars and turn your dollars into intergenerational wealth. That's it.
Well, and you know, you also mentioned something in this book, you know, faith. We have to have our faith, right? But as DJs, we're almost always being put in a situation that we're getting out of our comfort zone. And one of your quotes here from your book, to be successful, we must be the most comfortable in uncomfortability. I don't think there's anything more true about thinking like a DJ. Like that's it right there, man.
Man, because life is jazz. Life is jazz, right? As a DJ, you a jazz artist. You creating and you improvising in the moment. You mixing, you scratching. You people always want to know what the DJ doing in the headphones. He queuing up the next song. You dancing to one track. He got 2 or 3 in his ear.
You got two more going.
He got 2 more already going. He know the next 2 or 3 songs, 5 songs maybe. And then he's gonna read the room to see how they react to those in real time. Just like Miles Davis will see how people react to his trumpet. You are playing jazz in real time. You want to fine tune your trumpet of life and get your trumpet and get your life to play melodically and harmoniously like a Miles Davis. You want to be very uncomfortable. You want to be comfortable being very uncomfortable. You want to be in a space where you feel like you're pushing the front line. You creating and crafting a new culture. And from there is where we have sonic booms. The faster we go towards the speed of sound, we get resistance. The faster we persist, the more we get resistance. So knowing that you can only transcend by having a sonic boom, we've got to get through this realm and speak things into existence, write them down, actualize them, visualize them, and then act on faith and not just expect it to happen. We have to do our part so that in the natural realm, so that the supernatural realm, the ultimate creator, can do his or her part on our behalf. And it's a partnership.
It's 110% a partnership.
Love.
Like a DJ, it's a lifestyle, it's a mindset. It's also something that right now can help build self-confidence at a time where nothing is for sure, nothing is certain. Everybody's, got crazy minds going on. DJs are some of the most strong-minded people I know. You have to know and trust yourself as a DJ to go out here and get it. Like, we're not punching clocks. We're not 9 to 5. It's everyone's trying to pull one over. You know what I mean? Like, it's thinking like a DJ, being a DJ, you're 24/7 hustle, always on the grind, always pushing that envelope.
Mm-hmm. That's what it's about, though. And the mindfulness, this book is about mindfulness, money, and music. The mindfulness to wake up and realize that I'm in control. And depression and the state of anxiety, that's because we don't feel like we don't have our hands on the steering wheel of life. The thinking like a DJ makes you realize that you just standing behind the turntables. It's up to you, what you're going to play and what you're going to do. Mm-hmm. So it's important for us to have the mindfulness that we have agency in creating our destiny and crafting what our lives are going to be for the next 2 more generations. So when we think about mindfulness and money and using that to create the lifestyle that we want, it's all going to happen melodically, like music. Like, your favorite artist may have perfect pitch in the way that they sing, right? You want your life to sound as smooth. I would like my life to sound like Prince.
Right? Right? Nice and funky, and it's always in the top of the charts, right?
Yeah, make me sound like Whitney.
And so you're deep rooted with music and culture, but also your day job, you're an investment banker. You help people with money, and you work in a way that you can help anybody with their money, not just rich people. You can help everyday people with their money.
Yeah, that's what it's about, because we live in a capitalistic society, and the root word of capitalism is capital. You got to have some. If you want to survive and, moving and shaking this environment, it's going to be capital that's going to give you the wherewithal to move in the right direction. So for me as a wealth coach, my job is to help you figure out some of the habits that are keeping you at a C-list or D-list level in terms of your savings and investment philosophy. We need to get that up at least a half a step, get it to a B-, because ultimately I want to get you to an A++ with extra credit. What does it mean? Basically, you got to get your baseline, your midline, and your top line. Baseline, you want to cover yourself with 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses in case the world crashes again, right? Mm-hmm. Or when it does crash again, you want to have some money saved. Midline, you want to make sure that you have, you want to have your income coming in. Ordinary income is OPP, naughty by nature, right? Ordinary passive portfolio income. You want to have your ordinary income where you trade time for dollars. You want to have your passive income. You drop a book, you drop an album, you do a class or seminar or something that's just out there. You got real estate coming in, income just coming in from some sort of passive source. And then you got your portfolio. You got your investments. You got your stocks, bonds, mutual funds. You got your Roth account, tax-free account. You got your 401k. You got things of that sort. So that's where we start looking towards that midline, top line is where you move into tax-efficient income that's going to beat inflation. It's going to grow faster than the cost of living, growing at 2.5% to 3%. You get something that's returning to you at 5%, 5, 7, 12%, 30%, anything above 5, 3 to 5 is really good. So that's what it means to have our top line tweaked, our highs and lows and mids tweaked, so that our lifestyle can live, so that we can live our most abundant lifestyle and get our lifestyle to play the music that we want to hear in our life.
And some of what you're talking about right now is the magical number of income streams, to build wealth. If you want to be a millionaire, or, just build general wealth, it's 7 streams of income. That doesn't mean 7 jobs. It's not, I'm out doing 7 things. Like you said, you're building passive income. You're letting your money work for you when you're not working, and
Right.
and then investing and doing this.
And I think that, not to cut you off, I think that young people in particular, we so used to working for $. We so used to that ordinary income. We don't realize that all of the energy that we spend trading time for money, that source of income or ordinary income is typically taxed the highest. So you may get some income that's from some sort of a passive source, like a real estate, or you may get portfolio income, like an investment. Typically, those other streams of income outside of your sweat equity income, outside of ordinary income, is going to be taxed less. And we all trying to move past TI. I ain't talking about tip. I ain't talking about TI to artists. I'm talking about taxes and inflation. We're all trying to mitigate tax, pay our fair share, pay up, support the public services that we all take advantage of. But inflation is working in the background. $1 bought me less today than it did 30 years ago when I was a little guy. So we got to realize that 30 years from now, $1 is going to continue to buy us less. We're going to need more money to buy the same thing that we buy today. 100, pennies used to give me 100 pieces of penny candy. I might only get 25 for $1 now. So it's about making our money work for us and seeing ourselves in masterful control of our destiny, because you are the DJ. Your life is the party. You have to put yourself behind the turntables of life and get that rotating in the direction that you want it to.
And in this day and age, like, life expectancies are going up. Retirement age is still the same. People want to retire at 60, 65 years old. People want to retire early, and we're going to live to 70, 80, 90 years old. So you need to have 30 years worth of income ready to go. And it's not going to keep coming in, after you retire. So did you build it before you retired? And did you have to double up for it, or did you build it with passive income?
How did you do it? And it's going to be up to you when you want to walk away from work at 65 and you may live until 95 or 90 years old. That 30-year span, we can't run out of money. We don't want to outlive our money. Then you go into a nursing home or a group home. We want our money to outlive us. We want our money to pass on for 2 more generations. So when we start thinking of ourselves as having agency, you start to realize that I can create a future existence for myself, where I can thank my future successful self for the decisions that I made today. When I picked the tempo 10 years ago or 5 years ago or 7 years ago, it actually got me to rock the party when I needed it the most. When I'm going to not be ready to work at 60, 70 years old, we have to, get on the boat of retirement, and you don't want to be there alone. That's the goal, is that who wants to be the old guy on the retirement boat by himself? You got to get your homies with you.
Right? Ain't no fun if the homies can't have none, right?
Come on, man. You talking big.
Trying to think like a DJ. This is a great new book that you just put out. How can people get in tune with you? Where's this book available?
The easiest way to find me is to connect with me on my website. Just go to martinezwhite.com. Martinez, Martinez, White like the White House. I'm running for president. I'm running for president of me, and it looks like I'm winning that campaign, baby. MartinezWhite.com, or find me on IG at DJ M White. M like money, White like the White House, or I'm on Twitter as well, Mr. More Than the DJ, MR More Than a DJ. So find me, connect with me. It's something that you need to connect with, or just listen to my podcast. If you can't find my a podcast, to search on all the platforms, it's available. And if you cannot afford my book, go right to my website and just download the free e-workbook. Because I need you, no matter who you are or where you are economically, if you're still economically in poverty and you want to move to prosperity, start picking your tempo, start envisioning, start dreaming, start moving yourself into crafting a dream statement. Work on your vision board. You're going to get all that done by just going to get my free e-workbook right from my website. It's a link at the top. Just click it, and you'll be already on the wavelength of success and the frequency of faith to start thinking like a DJ, even if you cannot physically buy a copy of my book.
Hey, thinking like a DJ and applying these principles is going to enable someone to buy that book. I guarantee it. After reading it, it's a great read, man. It's really something relatable. Whether you're a DJ or not a DJ, I think they need to pick up a copy of Think Like a DJ. And this is truly amazing, brother. I've known you since 2006, 2007.
Yep.
You know, your book picks up right in the time where we were able to meet. Some of the things that you're doing in here. You know, you got into college, you got into a fraternity. You guys did some of the biggest parties in the state, in the region, the sickness parties. Man,
yeah.
shout out to the Elfies. And
Yeah.
I came through and I helped you guys and I didn't DJ your events. You DJ'd them. Floyd DJ'd them. We put other people on. We used my resources to make this something bigger, and y'all blew it up. And multiple years in a row, like Euro sickness parties are still some of the most talked about events that are out there. And culturally, as a white guy coming in, helping out, learning, it was really amazing, man. Like I learned a lot. There's a lot of great people that I was able to connect with and build with and help bring up too, man. Like Floyd is a really amazing DJ. Shout out to Floyd Harmon. Man, think like a DJ. Martinez, M White, M to the money, baby. I'm loving it. I appreciate your time, brother.
No, I appreciate you. I want to thank you. I definitely want to thank you for taking the time to bring me and, you know, pull me into your dream circle, because you're somebody that's always been selfless. You've always been open with your information, your ideas and your philosophies of being a DJ. And that really gave me a warm connection to you and to the community when I first got here. Shouts out to Mike Carlson over at MC Audio.
And the Godfather.
The Godfather. We got to give love.
I wouldn't have what I have without Mike Carlson. Real talk. Like Mike's the Godfather for a real reason. MC Audio for all your DJ needs. 110%. This Think Like a DJ. I hope nothing but success for you. This is a really amazing product. You can see I got it bookmarked. I got a whole bunch of pages earmarked. There's a lot of really great concepts in here.
Let's get it, bro. That's what it's about. It's about giving people a tool that they can use to repurpose their life. We all in the space of uncomfortability right now. You, myself, everybody, all of our viewers, people that's listening to us, we all trying to figure this new world out, this new space that we live in. The way we're going to do it is if we take our art and we marry it to entrepreneurship. If we entrepreneurship this thing, if we take our ultimate creative energies and we use that and we partner ourselves, our natural selves, with the supernatural ultimate creator as creative beings, we're going to be able to craft a new agenda for the future. So let's get together. Let's build our dream circle. Let's fearlessly network. Let's pick our tempo, drop our first record. Let's get to the space where we can feel the beat, ride the wave. I want everybody to realize they can keep spinning hits out there, and you want to feel the dance floor, network with people, and eventually you're going to rock the party, baby. And people are going to be able to say, damn, that party I went to with DJ Fusion and DJ M White, boy, I'll never forget that one. Can't wait till they do a third one.
Hey, so, damn, that DJ made my day.
Let's get it.
Yeah, Think Like a DJ. Martinez M. White, thank you so much, brother. Pick up this book. It's available. It's out there. It can help you get through 2020. It can help you advance your life. It can help you just really think like a DJ.
That's what it is, baby. Once we think like a DJ, we realize, hey, man, it's just a tapestry of songs going on. What's the next record? Because we gotta move on from this page.
Hopefully to a bigger, better place, man. Thank you for letting me be a part of your dream circle. And thank you for helping me to get in touch with thinking like a DJ, because I've been a DJ for 20 years. That's why we know each other. And, you know, there's a lot of stuff in here that I just really connected with right away. But, you know, we're a different generation, so you have a different spin on it. And I really liked it. It just kind of put me in a different place with you. Much respect, man.
Hey, mad love, bro. From the heart,
right,
for sure, for sure.
Good luck with the rest of this book tour. Think Like a DJ, now available everywhere.
Let's get it, baby. MartinezWhite.com.